Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Wealth Prescription. In today's video, I will discuss do's and don'ts of Max Life Smart Term Plan. Before discussing do's and don'ts, let us have quick overview of Max Life Insurance Company parameters of year 2018-19 compared to other insurance companies in context of term plan. First parameter is claim settlement ratio. Max Life is at third position out of 24 life insurance companies. Tata AIA and HDFC Life has higher CSR compared to Max Life, whereas ICICI Pru and LIC has lower CSR compared to Max Life, and SBI Life is nowhere in top 10. I want to discuss about term plan, but CSR is not specific to term plan. It is common for all life insurance products of the company. If we want to have better analysis for term plan, then we should also check amount settlement ratio. Amount settlement ratio will be more helpful than only considering CSR for purchasing term plan. In case of amount settlement ratio, Max Life is at 7th place. Tata AIA and LIC has good ASR than Max Life, whereas ICICI Pru is at 10th place, and HDFC Life and SBI Life are nowhere in top 10 companies. Max Life has CSR of 98.74%. So what comes in our mind is that company might have paid around 98.74% of claim amount also, but Max has settled around 94.33% of claim amount only. This happens because all the claims are of not same amount. So when ASR is less than CSR, that means company has not settled big amount claims, and big amount claims are in mostly term plan only. This CSR and ASR are just two ratios, just like A upon B, and it is not giving true picture of actual claim settlement process, which we will understand by one example. There are 24 life insurance companies in India. Suppose I start 25th life insurance company, and if I sells 100 policies in first year, and if my company receives one claim only, and if it settles that claim, then my company's CSR and ASR will be 100%. But will you purchase policy from my company? No, because it has no long track record, and we don't know whether it is capable of settling large number of claims or not. So the third parameter, we should look into it, number of claims paid. In this parameter, Max Life is at third place, just below LIC and SBI Life. 5 companies out of 6 companies which have good ASR are nowhere in top 10 companies in term of number of claims paid. So by looking at all these parameters, Max Life is good choice for purchasing term plan. Now let us discuss about do's and don'ts of term plan. Throughout this policy, I will use premium of this typical case. Age 30 years, policy term 30 years, smoking no, life cover 1 crore, single pay premium is 1,47,000, regular pay premium is 8,000, limited pay for 15 years premium is 12,400, waiver of premium is 8,140, premium back option premium is 16,000, critical illness cover for 10 lakh premium is 10,600, and accidental death of 1 crore premium is 14,000. So let us have discuss life cover. Life cover should cover your present liabilities, future cost of children education and marriage, and inflation protected cover for future monthly expenses. If you can't calculate all these, then keep life cover as 12 to 15 times of your salary. Second is, what should be premium paying term. Here there are 3 options: single pay, limited pay, and regular pay. Single pay means suppose policy is for 30 years term, then you will have to pay premium only once. Limited pay means if your policy term is 30 years, then you can choose limited years pay like 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years. Regular pay means throughout the policy term you will have to pay premium. Now to decide what should be premium paying term, let us have comparison of different options. First we will compare single pay versus regular pay by case of Mr. A and B. Mr. A's premium is 1,47,000 and Mr. B will have to pay 8,000 for next 30 years. If Mr. A and B dies after 10 years, then Mr. A would have paid premium of 1,47,000. Mr. B would have paid around 79,000. That too in small installments. So the death before 18 years, Mr. B would have paid less premium compared to Mr. A. So Mr. B will be at benefit. Suppose Mr. A and B survives till maturity, then if Mr. B is able to get return of 3.7% in premium saved for next 30 years, then instead of paying anything from his pocket, he will have extra rupees 394 in his pocket. So it is advisable to pay regular premium instead of single premium or regular premium. Now let us have comparison of limited pay versus regular pay. Mr. A has opted limited pay and paying premium of rupees 12,400 for 15 years, and Mr. B have opted regular pay and will pay rupees 7,900 for next 30 years. If Mr. A and B survive till maturity, and if Mr. B is able to generate only 2.9% return on money saved in premium for next 30 years, then Mr. B will have rupees 220 in his pocket after paying all the premiums. And suppose Mr. A and Mr. B dies after 10 years, Mr. A would have paid around rupees 1,24,000 and Mr. B would have paid around rupees 79,000 only, that too in installment, small installment. So it is advisable to pay regular premium instead of limited time premium. Next is what should be policy term. Maximum policy term is till the age of 85 years. Ideal policy term should be up to retirement age or your expected age to attain zero liability minus current age. Let us understand by comparison. Mr. A has opted policy till the age of 80 years and Mr. B has opted policy till the age of 60 years. Mr. A's premium is 12,000 and Mr. B's premium is 8,000. If the death is before 30 years of policy, then it is obvious that Mr. B will be at benefit as he will pay less premium. If the death is between 60 to 80 years of age, then it looks like Mr. A will be at benefit as his family will get rupees 1 crore, whereas Mr. B's policy is matured, so he will not get any benefit. But Mr. B can invest money saved in reduced premium, and suppose he invests money in mutual fund and gets 12% return for investment of more than 30 years, then as the time passes his portfolio value is increasing and at the age of 78 years his portfolio will overtake the life cover of Mr. A. So with the age, Mr. A's benefit will reduce compared to Mr. B. Suppose you are not comfortable with mutual fund, then I will show you another calculation. After 30 years, value of rupees 1 crore will be only 17.5 lakh considering 6% inflation, and after 40 years its value would be around 10 lakh, and after 50 years value of rupees 1 crore will be equivalent to today's 5 lakh only. So now question is, do you want to pay premium of rupees 13,000 for 40 to 50 years for giving inheritance of 5 to 10 lakh only? So it is better to have policy term till the age of 60 only. Now let us discuss about riders. First is accelerated critical illness rider benefit. Here there are 40 critical illnesses are covered. Straight away we will discuss why to avoid critical illness benefit rider. Don't combine life insurance with general insurance. Riders in term plan have one-time payout, whereas in general insurance policies you can file and receive claims n number of claims as and when required. CI benefit will reduce life cover, means if you have taken life cover of 1 crore and CI benefit of 10 lakh, then if you claim CI benefit, then your life cover will reduce to 90 lakh only. Next is accidental cover benefit. In the event of death caused by accident, accidental death benefit will be payable as a lump sum Purpose of life insurance is to cover death, which may be natural or accidental. Now let us have a look why to avoid accidental benefit rider. For 1 crore of 1 crore cover, premium is around 7,900, and for 1 crore additional accidental cover benefit, premium comes around stands around 14,000. So in the same 14,000, 1.75 crore cover we will get. So it is instead of paying 6,000 extra for only covering accidental death benefit of 1 crore, why not to pay same amount to increase cover by 75 lakh, which is sure. Next is premium back rider. Few people think that they will pay premium, and if they survive till maturity and if they didn't get anything back, then they are at loss. I will give you one example. Suppose you want to protect your house from thieves and you hires a security guard. You agrees to pay him salary of 8,000. If after a year or 5 years no thieves attacks your house, then will you ask security guard to give back his salary? No, na. Same thing is here. If you want your money back, then you can discuss the matter with security guard and both of you can have mutual understanding. In this case, security guard may ask 16,000 salary instead of 8,000. Without premium back option, premium is rupees 7,900. With premium back option, premium is around 16,000 and premium back amount is 4.77 lakh. Let us understand by example of Mr. A and Mr. B. Mr. A has opted premium back option and his premium is rupees 16,000, whereas Mr. B did not opted for premium back option and his premium is 8,000. So effectively Mr. B will save 8,000 in premium, which he may invest somewhere. Suppose he is able to generate 4.1% only return on saved premium, then at the end of 30 years he will have 4.8 lakh in his hand, 3,000 more than Mr. A. And if the death happens before the term of 30 years, then Mr. B will be at benefit as his premium is low. So it is advisable to not to avail premium back option. Next is waiver of premium rider. In case of critical illness, dismemberment, death of policyholder where policyholder is different than insured person, it will be difficult to pay future premiums. So it is better to opt this rider. Also rider cost is only rupees 250. Now what should be death payout option? Here there are 7 options which your family can in which your family can have death payout. And for better comparison, I have calculated benefits amount with the same premium in different options. In life cover option, lump sum benefit is 1 crore. In increasing life cover option, it is same as lump sum, but with age cover will increase. In decreasing life cover option, with age life cover will decrease. In life cover plus income option, lump sum is 63 lakh and monthly income is 25,000 for next 10 years. In life cover plus increasing income, lump sum payout is 57 lakh and income will start from 23,000 and increase by 10% for next 10 years. In income protector option, monthly income is rupees 92.5 thousand for next 10 years. And in income plus inflation protector option, monthly income will start from 66,000 and increase by 10% every year. Now you can see in life cover plus income and life cover plus increasing income option, total cover is less than 1 crore even after receiving money in installment, whereas in income protector and income plus inflation protector option, life cover is more than 1 crore because it might cover interest on deferred payout installment. This is all about mathematics, but if you look at practical aspect, then in case of lump sum payout, your family may have immediate access to money, can pay high debt, but dependent family may not be able to handle big amount. If lump sum money is invested, then return is taxable and monthly income is tax free. So if lump sum money is required, then lump sum plus income, and if lump sum money is not required, then income protector option is better. Let us have quick look on what to do after purchasing policy. Read the policy words carefully. If you have any doubt, ask insurance broker or agent or insurance company. Inform family members about purchase of policy and its benefit. Take printout of death of details given in application form while purchasing policy and keep it with policy documents. Write down policy benefits in simple words in a language understandable, yeah, by your family members, and keep with policy document. Change the nominee in case of death of nominee or events like divorce. If your residential status changes, then inform to insurance company by written communication and keep the evidence copy with policy. If you like this video, then like it, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any doubt, then you can put your comments. Thank you.